Good morning, YouTube. Today I'm making a video about how to make the beekeeping frame, Hoffman side, self-centering, with the three parts: the top bar, the side bar, and the bottom bar. So today we're going to be actually making the sidebar, two different kinds. One version is going to be for the honey frame, which is going to be 1 3/8 center to center, which is a standard Hoffman design. And I also make the brood frame using 1 1/4 center to center sidebars without foundation. So that's my standard beekeeping frames. We're going to walk you over through how to make the sidebar from start to finish. And I also want to talk about the top bar. We're not going to be making them today, but I'll show you how I make them. And these are okay, so one thing, the standard Hoffman frame calls for a 1x for the top and the bottom bars. 1x's are very expensive, like, relatively speaking, compared to 2x's. So what I've done is I modified the top bar design so it's not 1 1/8 or 1 1/8 wide top bar. Instead, what I do is the top I make 7 1/8 inch thick, and the reason is it cuts down a lot of the cuts that I have to make, and I'll let you see. See, this one has no side recess cut here, and that simplifies the production of this top bar, which is, I believe it requires close to 20 cuts to make from 1x, meaning 3/4 board. I make from a 1 1/2 inch thick board, which is 2x, whatever, 2x4, 2x6, 2x8, and that cuts down a lot of the production step, and I can get it down to under, I believe, only like 8 operations that you have to perform, and most of the operations you perform are going to belong on the long board, and I'll show you what I mean. So you start with the 2x stock. This is a 2x12. You cut it down lengthwise on your bench table saw to 19 inch long, and then you go and cut this. This is a recess where the top bar is going to go, or side bar is going to go like this. So you want to make it a I have the dimensions here, so I don't want to get it anything wrong. So you want to cut this one about 5/8 of an inch away from it, and this is a 3/8 of an inch dado. So you just cut the dado on this side, on the opposite side, and then same thing on the other end. So you got 4 dado right on the long board, which comes out very clean cut. And then you cut this taper on this side, and that I do it on, like, keeping the board vertical. Tilt my band saw blade to about 5 degrees and run it through on all 4 sides. So you have all your tapers now, and you can also cut the ear if you want. I haven't done it on this one, but I should. So you can cut the ears as well. Well, no, ears doesn't go here, so that's why I haven't cut it. Sorry, my bad. So then the next operation, you rip these 2x's at about I think it's like that. So exactly at a 7 1/8 inch width. So that's gonna end up with this kind of, well, not this kind of piece, double of this kind of piece from this when you rip this board. And once you rip that, and then you simply separate them vertically exactly in the center, which will come out to be about shy under 7 1/8. I use thin cut blade, so I get it almost little over 3/4 and a little under 7/8 thickness. That thickness is a little less than what Hoffman design calls for. They call for 1 inch, but you know, in my opinion, saving on the cutting operation is more important than the strength. I'm not a commercial beekeeper. I don't pry my frames, you know, really badly. So this thickness works for me. You will get a little bow, as you can see right here, because of the way the 2x are green. So what I typically do is once I cut these dados and tapers, I let this board dry for months. I mean, I typically dry it for at least 3 to 6 months. And then I rip them and split them open in the center. So that will help you get the straight top bars. All right. So let's talk about the sidebar. So again, sidebar, you start with the 2x, and first thing you want to do is reduce the thickness of the board to 1 3/8 if you are making 1 3/8 center to center frame, or 1 1/4 thick. And you can use the planer, this kind of planer, and then once it's planed down, you cut it to the length you need, depending on medium, deep, or shallow frame, and then do the next operation. So there we have it. This is a 1 3/8 of an inch now. So this is our finished stock. Now we're gonna cut them by the height of the sidebar, and we'll get to that next. So here we are. So here we are. We have the stock that we planed down to 1 1/4, 1 1/3/8 into 6 1/4 inch for my medium supers, and this is a special one I made for a long double medium frame. It's going to be jumbo frames, but what you want to do is cut like a dado, 7/8 of an inch on this side, and then 3/4 of an inch on the other side. So we already have a dado set up here. I'm going to cut a dado so you can kind of see it. Thing you want to be careful is the dado. The 7/8 inch of a dado, it has to be 7/16 of an inch, little shy of ½ inch deep, and right in the center of the stock. So that's what your dado should look like. So we already had this piece cut with a dado on both ends, and now we're gonna take off the 1/8 from each side of this to create an ear for self-spacing frame, and we're gonna use this the shaper planer. And the way you want to set it up, you want to have some sort of backstop here, and you want to leave for a medium frame. This is medium. You want to leave about a 2 5/8 from the top. So that's what we've set up this thing to be. And now we're simply gonna rip or plane this piece down through the planer, and the width right now, as you can see, maybe not, is set at 1/8. So we're gonna start the planer. All right, so after you plane it down, you should have a piece like this, 1/8 removed from both sides, and now all you have to do finally is rip 3/8 of a pieces from this big stock, and that makes the frame making very easy for sidebars. And thanks for watching.